Hey, and welcome to a special edition of Geek Thoughts. This isn't really an episode, this is more of a special edition. I'm here with Bizarro. It's me and him, population, lantern, and tire. As you know, on the show we like to geek out about various things, and one of the things I geek the hardest for is horror movies. And a movie I saw a little bit ago that I wanted to do a review for, but totally screwed up. Uh, was for a film called Bloody Bird, and it was directed by Michelle Soavi, who is a disciple of Dario Argento. And I had a little bit to say about this film, and it took me a couple takes to get it right. Luckily, I kept my notes. So I decided I'd let my old friend Bizarro here just conduct a little interview to jog my memory and commit my thoughts to film for posterity. Well, it's not film, it's all digital. And, man, couldn't you find a better place for this interview? Somewhere not so dank and smelly. Yeah, rent control and all that. How do you want to start this interview? Good question. Well, I first read about it in a book by an author named Maitland McDonough. I think she's English. She might be English. And she's written extensively about Dario Argento. She did a book called the Broken Mirrors and Broken Minds: The Dark Dreams of Dario Argento, where she talked about this film toward the end and a little bit about Suave's relationship with Argento. Yeah, Suave got his start in film and Italian horror as an actor and a cameraman, some production design under the latter day maestro, Dario Argento. They worked together on a series of films, not this one though, not Bloody Bird, one of which was The Church, and Suave has so many of Argento's motifs down, uh, his techniques, close-ups, and perspective, which the tracking moving camera shots way more refined in The Church or Demons 3 for those counting. It was way more prepared, way more stylized, the tracking. And Soavi actually did a worked on Tenebrae, and he was able to do the famous tracking shot that scaled a building, looking into several windows, which is survives as a clip on YouTube and in Tenebrae itself. If you can find the movie, it is online. That's a dirty little secret. You might find it here. Don't tell anyone I said that. Your next question. What did I think of it? Well, it's cheesy horror to say the least. It was fabricated, very fabricated. I mean, like theatrical. It was very much of the theater because it took place on a stage in a theater where all the cast was getting murdered. So there was a very theatrical, sensational mise en scène that's setting and set big guy. A lot of poetic imagery, which Italian horror is ripe with. Some exaggerated costume designing and staging, like people getting murdered in the shower and women wearing stuffed bras, things like that, to kind of enhance their figures to make them look more like the stereotypical victims of slasher film. Yeah, you're next. Yeah. How about the DVD? Well, the DVD, which I wish I had with me, I did because I rented it. I could just hold it up to the camera, but that was That was the other time I tried this. So I'll just have to explain it. The DVD's not much to sneeze at. There's very few features. There's a nice little biography of Soavi that's very informative, and his resume. Films he directed, not acted in. He did Blade in the Dark with Lamberto Bava, where he actually played the killer, and he did a very creepily good job in that. The transfer, there's really nothing. They didn't bother. They just more to preserve the movie, not to clean it up. I really could have gone for a special edition. Yeah, 2 disc set, in-depth documentaries, interviews with the director and cast and producers and whatnot. What else can I say about the movie? Well, the set, like I said, the mise en scène is very interesting. Most of it takes place on a soundstage, where that is like locked from the inside, and they have to find the key to get out, and the killer escaped from an asylum, a la Halloween and Sorority House Massacre. And he gets in there, they're trapped in there with him, and the place is like a labyrinth. It's much bigger than you'd think. They get the full measure of the place. You don't know where you are. The place is like a labyrinth. And again, the exaggerations with the killer wears an owl mask, and not like Phantom of the Paradise owl mask or Owl Man. Hey Watchman, that's your neck of the woods. It's a really big ass mask that just fits over his head, and you basically mounts on his shoulders. The music, yes, the music was very good too. About 80s horror is how dynamic the soundtracks were with the synths. Like the keyboards and organs and stuff. You remember the 80s. Oh, yeah, that's right. Members of Goblin, who were responsible for uh, most of Argento's soundtracks. There's a really good sax, and it's this cool like wind tunnel sort of sound where there's the modified filtered through bass club drums. The doo 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 doo. They don't sound like real drums. It's catchy, and like I said, very 80s. It's not ominous. It's not ominous, menacing, like yourself, like Tenebrae or Deep Red or any of Argento's work, or The Church. But it really sets the mood. It's very exciting. It's a very it's a freestyling kind of music is a way to describe it. If you take the music, this especially the sax part, the 80s tempo, and the color palette, the very rich pink and purple color palettes. The closest thing I can compare the look of the movie with combined with the music, the pure cinema of it, is the video for Lady Gaga's Edge of Glory, where she's basically filming on a back lot with all these pink pastel lights and stuff. I think the sax solo might even be the same. Uh, what would I give it? I got 3 stars, and one of the books I've read about it, and Soavi's work is great. Here, he's just finding his footing, and he's not working with Argento, so it's not his best work. It's kind of his cheapest, and he has the most fun with it. I would give it 2.5 stars, maybe at most. But it's still good. It is something you can have fun with. It's a classic, and you should definitely go seek it out. Sorry, there's no DVD to throw up in front of the camera. Maybe I can post a picture in the video when I figure out how to do that. Well, This has been a Geek Thoughts special review of a movie that's on my mind, and it sticks with me, and hopefully it'll stick with you. I'm Eric. This is Bizarro, and we'll see you next time. Good to finally get that done, isn't it? Really? You couldn't find a better place to live? The things I do for you, you're lucky I put you on my shows at all.